Nestled away in the lush rolling landscape of historic Virginia is a family adventure like no other, Busch Gardens Williamsburg. An enchanted place where myths and kings and legends abound, and where conquering Europe in a day is just part of the program. Against the rich backdrop of Virginia's colonial past, Busch Gardens offers yet another reminder of America's roots in European culture and traditions. Nearby Busch Gardens is Colonial Williamsburg, a restoration of the first capital of the Virginia colony that developed from its start at colonial Jamestown. In 1607, near where Busch Gardens is today, Captain John Smith, hero of colonial Jamestown, petitioned Chief Powhatan's people to trade European goods for Indian corn to save the colony from starvation. Here, where two cultures met, was the tiny settlement of Jamestown that became the first of the 13 colonies which formed the 13 original states. A faithful and romantic recreation of 17th century Europe, Busch Gardens Williamsburg offers the finest in family entertainment. With its spine-tingling rides, including 3 of the country's top state-of-the-art roller coasters, fabulous live entertainment, great shopping, mouth-watering European foods, and award-winning landscaping, Busch Gardens is one of the most beautiful, action-packed, and diverse theme parks in the world. Visitors can stroll the park's tree-lined walkways through 9 heavily themed European hamlets, accented with some of the country's most high-tech attractions and entertaining shows. The park opened its doors May 16, 1975 on a lushly wooded tract of land alongside the scenic James River and featured recreations of England, France, and Germany. Since then, Scotland, Italy, and the Canadian area of New France have been added to the delight of millions of visitors. A shady walkway and gentle waterfalls greet visitors who begin their tour of Europe in Banbury Cross. This quaint English hamlet sits in the shadow of a Big Ben clock tower and features authentic Tudor buildings, colorful flower boxes, and many unique shops, including the White Swan Cottage, which houses a wide and impressive collection of David Winter cottage collectibles. And for the hungry traveler, plenty of culinary delights are never far away. Nearby, the Royal Preserve Petting Zoo is home to many miniature animal breeds, offering visitors a special opportunity to meet these furred and feathered friends close up. Also featured in Banbury Cross is a replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, where the park's 4D film spectacular, Haunts of the Old Country, offers its larger-than-life brand of entertainment.
Look, laddie, you're not supposed to touch anything. These are priceless antiques.
The ghoulishly thrilling Haunts of the Old Country features the latest in 3-dimensional film technology and a special 4th dimension. Theatergoers will experience raindrops, cold air, fog, and flashes of light as part of the production. Shot on location at ancient castles in England and Scotland, Haunts of the Old Country tells the modern-day story of a young American boy named Anthony, who unexpectedly stumbles across a friendly ghost while on tour of an historic Scottish castle. As a one-of-a-kind film spectacular, Haunts of the Old Country is as much a product of the technical world of 3D filmmaking and advanced special effects as to the talent of the project's imaginative scriptwriters and glamour of ancient locations. The film's majestic and regal castle exteriors were shot on location at Bodiam Castle in Sussex, England, Glamis Castle in Angus, Scotland, the Tower of London, and Alnwick Castle in Northumberland, England, where exteriors were shot along with all the film's grand interior scenes. A magical tale for all ages, Haunts of the Old Country with its legendary ghosts and ghouls, ancient and eerie locations, and the finest in 3D film thrills awaits adventurous visitors to Busch Gardens. As you experience the 4D thrills of Haunts of the Old Country, look out for Bob, a special canine cast member. Bob has taken time from his everyday job as a sheepdog, where he tends flocks of sheep high on the hillsides in the county of Northumberland, England. In Haunts of the Old Country, you'll see Bob as a spellbound young American boy. Following the cobblestone pathway from Banbury Cross, visitors come upon the picturesque Scottish hamlet of Heather Downs, where the world-famous Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales greet visitors from their grassy paddock. Distinctly Scottish, these elegant and gentle giants are descended from a regal breed of Scottish horse of legendary strength, whose breed was developed in the mystic moors of the valley of the River Clyde. Weighing 120 pounds at birth, these horses grow to a weight of 2 tons or more. Today, visitors to Busch Gardens can enjoy an up-close visit with these beautiful animals, who are never camera shy. While in Heather Downs, shoppers can find delightful Scottish imports, such as kilts, blankets, and delicious shortbread treats at Tweedside Gifts. But don't be fooled by the quiet of this charming village, for just ahead, amidst the sound of screams, looms the terrifying, double-looping Loch Ness Monster roller coaster. Ranked as one of the country's fastest and fiercest roller coasters, Nessie reaches speeds in excess of 60 miles per hour and climbs to more than 13 stories above the park's majestic Rhine River. Opened in 1978 and adored by coaster lovers from around the world, Nessie was the site for the founding of the American Coaster Enthusiasts, a collection of the most avid coaster lovers you'll find anywhere. Over the years, the Loch Ness Monster has been the place for special events. And visits by some unlikely characters. Since its creation in 1978, the Loch Ness Monster has thrilled over 26 million riders as it coils and loops along 3,240 feet of serpentine track. That's about 5 rides each for the entire population of Scotland, or an interplanetary journey for 28 roller coaster enthusiasts from Earth to the Moon and back. Next, it's a short stroll across the Brittany Bridge to the little village of Hastings, where the best of medieval England comes alive. A bustle of activity for everyone, Hastings is home of the Magic Lantern Theater, where visitors will discover shows and live entertainment to the delight of the whole family. In Hastings, history meets high-tech aboard Questor, a fantasy ship adventure that combines a motion picture, computerized flight simulation, and special effects to take adventurous passengers on a magical voyage through earth, sea, and air. With Olwen, an eccentric old gnome as your pilot, you'll speed headlong through solid rock, under the seas, and through the air on a one-of-a-kind quest for a magical crystal. And in Hastings, magic is the watchword, where another brand of mystical entertainment is provided courtesy of the Enchanted Laboratory of Nostromos the Magnificent, where a computer-animated show for all ages recounts the misadventures of an alchemist's young apprentice who dabbles in magic while his master is away. And visitors can perform magic of their own at the Wizard Works Magic Shop. Across from Threadneedle Fair in Hastings, the Feathered Follies Bird Review entertains visitors with a cast of exotic birds that sing, talk, and show off their special skills and great looks. A portion of this unique show is dedicated to the beautiful birds of prey, including hawks, owls, vultures, and eagles, whose awe-inspiring beauty and free flight demonstrations captivate young and old alike. Part of Anheuser-Busch's commitment to conservation and education, these beautiful and endangered birds come to Busch Gardens from the World Bird Sanctuary in St. Louis, Missouri, where they are part of a program to rehabilitate and breed these rare species. This special program includes nearby Eagle Canyon, a lush natural habitat display where a group of majestic bald eagles reside to the delight of all passers-by. As you can imagine, there's more to these birds than meets the eye. In fact, they flew to Busch Gardens without flapping a wing. You see, back in St. Louis, a plan for their journey was carefully designed by the World Bird Sanctuary. The aim was to ensure that their transport and arrival in Williamsburg would not be unsettling. With the help of Busch Entertainment Corporation, these masters of the sky rode in style and comfort to Virginia, where after a short trip, they were introduced to their new home at Busch Gardens. At Busch Gardens Williamsburg, as well as Tampa, Florida, there are bald eagles who can see other soaring eagles at a distance of 15 to 40 miles. Now you know why they say eagle eye. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is just one of the family of Anheuser-Busch theme parks offering special ways to learn about animals. Every day at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, and SeaWorld parks in Florida, California, Texas, and Ohio, visitors can thrill to the beauty and diversity of the world's wildlife from land and sea. An extension of Anheuser-Busch's commitment to conservation education, these parks and their many world-class breeding, rescue, and rehabilitation programs are making a difference for thousands of animals. Through entertaining shows and unique natural habitat displays, visitors to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens have fun while learning about the natural world and its treasure of precious wildlife. Let's get back to Busch Gardens. Across the way is Threadneedle Fair, a medieval games village where guests can test their skill at an unusual lineup of 13th century games of crossbow, Jacob's Ladder, and Whack-A-Toad.
Climb, fall!
For a change of pace, the park's two French hamlets offer visitors delicious European delights and abundant craft shops, attractions, and shows. The colorful village of Aquitaine, with its French provincial architecture, is your first stop. Shutters and awnings, sidewalk cafe umbrellas, and blooming flower boxes and beds express the French joie de vivre. All ages will enjoy a spin on Le Mans Raceway or a relaxing moment at Le Grand Gourmet, where fine coffees and delectable pastries are sure to tempt any palate. Keep an eye out for Madame Babette as she mingles with guests, sharing some of her delightful French recipes. Strolling entertainers and street artists create a quaint atmosphere along streets lined with specialty boutiques and an old-fashioned ice cream parlor. At the 5,200-seat Royal Palace Theater, some of Busch Gardens' great outdoor live entertainment makes the most of warm Virginia summer days and nights. Performers journey here from all over the world, especially to delight our guests with international evenings of entertainment. Resembling a rustic Canadian fur trapper's village, New France features numerous gift shops, including the Trading Post and a restaurant boasting delicious smoked meats and barbecue. New France's attractions include James River Jamboree, a toe-tapping, finger-snapping country music show, and Le Scoot, a wet and wild log flume ride offering refreshment on the move. New France has its own resident blacksmith and woodcarver. A potter invites visitors to enjoy the creative world of pottery while crafting an array of tableware and decorative items sure to please the souvenir hunter and discriminating collector. Ahead, through an authentic German archway, the spirit of Germany comes alive in Busch Gardens' 2 German villages. A replica of a charming 17th century German village, Rheinfeld features an antique carousel manufactured in 1819. Specialty shops with unique giftware imported from Germany, authentic German beer steins, Hummel figurines, and samples of freshly made chocolates and candies are among Rheinfeld's many temptations, which include a relaxing cruise on the park's scenic Rhine River. A must-see is the Christmas shop, located in the German gift shop, where handmade ornaments and beautiful decorations ring in the holiday spirit all year long. Rheinfeld also features Land of the Dragons, an enchanted play area for the younger set. This kingdom of friendly dragons is complete with a larger-than-life treehouse, a theater, and a magical, mystical theme where kids can work their own magic on a dazzling array of unique play elements in a land designed especially for them. With Oktoberfest, Germany's most celebrated festival, is an everyday event at Busch Gardens. Das Festhaus, a 2,000-seat German festival hall, offers guests an authentic German experience. Complete with an Oompa band, German dancers, and a singing Burgermeister, guests dine on authentic German fare and raise a toast with their favorite beverage. Chefs at Busch Gardens are always busy preparing the world's most delicious food. Every year at Das Festhaus in Oktoberfest, guests enjoy 90 tons of corned beef, 30 tons of German sausage, 155,000 pounds of German potato salad, and over 51,000 pounds of sauerkraut. And they still have room for dessert. Don't relax just yet, for lurking in the thick of the Black Forest nearby are Busch Gardens' 2 other state-of-the-art roller coasters, the Big Bad Wolf, and the park's newest coaster addition, Drachenfire. Unveiled in 1984, the Big Bad Wolf is a coaster suspended from an overhead steel track with nothing below but open air. The Wolf travels at speeds in excess of 50 miles per hour, offering the sensation of free flight through wide-angle swings and deep drops as it races through a Bavarian village before taking a hair-raising plunge to the Rhine River below. Who's afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? Hang on, because the ride's just begun. For within earshot of your fading screams is Drachenfire, Busch Gardens' newest and most spine-tingling coaster experience yet. A dizzying 15 stories tall at its highest point, Drachenfire is one of the largest steel coasters in North America. Busch Gardens wanted Drachenfire to be one of a kind, with first-time elements, a new car design, and a more freestanding, non-traditional support system for the tracks. All in all, a moving monument to the physics of fun. And fun and thrills are what Drachenfire is all about. Anticipation builds as riders make the quick 15-story ascent to Drachenfire's highest point. As the cars begin their first plunge, they are inverted briefly before careening 120 feet to the ground at over 60 miles per hour. After this disorienting first drop, riders are turned upside down 4 more times, hurtling along 3,500 feet of electric blue track through a series of inverted elements, including 2 corkscrews and 3 new elements never tried before on any other roller coaster. Daring riders will first encounter the famed camelback hump, which produces a few seconds of near weightlessness. Next in the series of unique elements is the fiery bat wing, which rolls passengers upside down twice in a boomerang type of effect. With hardly enough time to catch their breath, passengers will then encounter the cutback element, which rotates cars upside down inside a loop and then whip through yet another corkscrew, leading to the grand finale, a fast 360-degree spiral before returning to the station. Fire, where reality ends, legend begins. And so does education, with a real twist. Each year, Busch Gardens becomes a physics lab gone wild for thousands of eager students itching for a taste of physics in action. As you ride the Fire roller coaster, you'll feel a force of 3.5 Gs. That's the same amount of force Space Shuttle astronauts experience during liftoff. Racing up and over the camelback hump, you'll experience weightlessness as the electric blue track follows a parabolic curve, a phenomena also used to train astronauts for space travel. Both ride and high-tech classroom, Fire hosted the brightest physics students from all over the world during the 24th International Physics Olympiad, where 200 students from 40 countries were joined by Nobel Prize laureate and author, Dr. Leon Lederman.
I'll never forget it.
Oh, and for the not-so-daring visitor, Oktoberfest offers a variety of skill-testing games where prizes can be won, an arcade full of video games, Der Wirbelwind, a wave swing ride, and 2 sets of bumper cars for both adults and children. While crossing the beautiful San Marco Bridge into Italy, guests are encouraged to take in the scenery up and down the park's Rhine River, where the beauty of the Virginia countryside takes its full form. Busch Gardens' sampling of Italy is San Marco, an ageless hillside village that speaks of traditional Italian warmth and love of beauty. In San Marco, the aroma of fresh pasta abounds, while visitors glimpse their favorite delicacies being prepared, while the sounds of an Italian opera fill the air. That's Amore, a festive musical production, is performed twice daily in an open-air piazza, where guests relax among fountains and classic sculptures while dining on homemade pasta. Jitterbug fans will also enjoy San Marco when the Starlight Orchestra takes the stage on warm summer afternoons and evenings. And shoppers will feel right at home in San Marco too, with famous Capodimonte porcelain and other fine Italian giftware available in the area's quaint shops. Adjacent to San Marco is Da Vinci's Garden of Inventions, with 5 rides paying tribute to the great 15th century inventor and artist. The Battering Ram, Da Vinci's Cradle, and other rides, especially for younger visitors, can be found in this special garden. Over the wooden bridge from San Marco, the Festa Italia Rides area recreates the sights and sounds of an historic Italian street carnival. Visitors can spin in a giant teacup on the Turkish Delight, or experience a high-speed adventure on the Sea Dragon. A favorite on hot summer days is the popular Roman Rapids Whitewater Adventure, where riders brave swirling waters on free-floating rafts that wind their way through ancient Roman ruins to a splashing finish. Visitors hoping to stay dry will be disappointed. No trip to Italy would be complete without a visit to the ruins of Pompeii, and Escape from Pompeii is waiting with all the power of nature, ready to hurtle you through a time tunnel of terror and colossal destruction. Guests will plunge into the Roman city of Pompeii just in time to witness its last moments, as nature's wrath is unleashed in a vivid, spectacular display. Using state-of-the-art pyrotechnic and water effects, guests will narrowly avoid collapsing columns, falling statues, and fiery volcanic eruptions. A wild slide down a 5-story waterfall is the only way to escape certain doom as Pompeii crumbles to ashes behind you. If soaking up the warm sun instead and taking in the scenery at a slower pace is for you, why not see the park by air, rail, or both? Visitors can board the Aeronaut Sky Ride in England, France, and Germany for a picturesque view from above, or board Balmoral Castle or Die Hochbeinige, the two 36-inch gauge replicas of European steam locomotives that cover a 1.5-mile park tour with stops in Heatherdowns, Festa Italia, and New France. And after a day's adventure, Eagle One, a futuristic computer-operated sky bus, is always ready to transport visitors from the village of Hastings to the Anheuser-Busch Hospitality Center, where all Anheuser-Busch enterprises are showcased. Come to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, to the land of myths and kings and legends. Come experience a fantasy land where 17th century adventure awaits around every corner. A land where imagination is your passport to fun. See dazzling live entertainment amidst the charm of 9 authentically detailed European hamlets, each brimming with their special treasures, where high-tech attractions, mouth-watering cuisine, great shopping, and more seem to go on forever. Conquer this land of adventure and take flight aboard some of the most thrilling rides anywhere. A land where roller coasters roar like the dragons, beasts, and mythical serpents which inspired them. A land where family entertainment is legendary and fantastic adventures await. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Come, see, conquer.